Okay, perfect. So, there's not too much to say as regards as what it is. Really just get through it. And as you'll see the explanation behind it, this is where it all makes sense. And oh, wow, this isn't so bad. So in this regards, I actually created a whole new account so you guys could walk through the entire process and see starting from scratch. Okay, so buyselads.com. This is it. Awesome. So go ahead and sign up for it. Super easy. And it's free, which is awesome. So there's no charge at all to sign up, or it's not an exclusive thing. Anybody can go and join this site. Okay. And anyways, so once you sign in, this is what the screen looks like. And I just have to say, too funny. I thought this was a brilliant little thing to do when people want feedback, because I was like, what are you talking about, indifferent? And anyways, just a funny little comment there that I thought that was a very clever way to get people to have feedback on things. So this is just kind of your behind the scenes back office idea. And as you can see, brand new account, haven't done anything with it yet. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do, obviously, like I said, there's a whole lot of backstory to this. You need to know, your product, your industry, do your avatars, your target audiences, really know all of that things. And you also need a banner ahead of time. But so once you kind of have an idea of what that is, then this is what you're going to go through and start looking through the categories. So as you can see, there's all sorts of different types of categories and websites. So these generally, when we're talking about intermediate, these aren't the really, really big powerhouse websites, but they're still getting a lot of traffic. And as you'll see when we look through things, I mean, you can even see on here what's hot. These are getting, over 5 million visitors to their website a month. This is 4 million visitors a month, 1.5 visitors. So although these might not be, the huge authority websites that say like Huffington Post or something that's just, skyrocketed. These are all very popular websites, and all of them are going to be telling you when they talk about impressions, that's, how much traffic is coming to their website each month. And obviously, the more impressions they have, the more they can charge for their ad space. Okay, so anything related to your niche, just get creative, and that's where you have to know your avatars and really know, this is a little bit of user error, that you need to know your categories. You gotta, just because you can do all this research, if you have a terrible ad or a terrible banner, you're not going to be getting the results you look. So make sure you spend that time, really know your advertising, have a fantastic banner. But when you're ready for this stage, awesome. So go have fun, pick and choose the different websites by looking through the categories and getting a sense of them. So for this one, since I'm, working on my new agency for kids' birthday parties, I'm like, okay, well, I'll start my research in the family and parenting section. So a couple things. So these are the top ones that are coming up currently for these things. I mean, this one, sheesh, 10 million people a month, 1.8 million. These guys, all sorts of different ones come up. And over here is we'll kind of go through things. Most of them, when you first do it, are going to be looking at display ads because that's your banner type ad. We'll go over the other two in a little bit. So pretty much here, figure out, kind of which websites, scroll through things, get a sense of them. So for this little walkthrough, I'm using this site down here called the Cupcake Blog. So clicked on it, and this is what it looks like. So it's going to be telling you about which categories. So as you can see, hey, family and parenting and food and drink. So that's where you want to be looking in the different categories. And if you're selling, an animal product, it might be in the pets, but you could also maybe connect it into different ones. Maybe you have a green type animal product, so you could be advertising, on the green type websites as well as pet friendly websites. So just different ways to, think outside of the box and get creative in this regards. Nothing set in stone. So pretty much here, so this is a little description of it. And so this is pretty cool. Your ad will appear on every single page of their website, and they have about 5,000 pages currently. So that's pretty cool. And it's going to tell you what their audience is and all sorts of things. So high concentration among 18 to 44-year-olds. Talk about that. This is a great idea. So know your avatar. So if your avatar is, a female, in the 18 to 44 realm, kind of, look at this. Visitors are interested in crafting, family, bridal, parenting, all this kind of stuff. This is why you need to know what your avatars are. So that way, when you do the research, you're like, bam, target audience. This is something to look at. So for this one, awesome. So they're telling you about how many page views and all of this stuff. That's a lot of unique visitors, and 75% of them are new to their site, which is a great thing because you're getting fresh traffic, but also, there's good and bad, on things where there's usually the same type of visitors. Well, you also, sometimes your ad has to be seen quite a bit every month. I know that they say it's like 7 views before somebody actually clicks on things. Anyways, just kind of some background research on those things. So this is where it's going to tell you about what the monthly impressions are. So obviously the higher impressions, the more that they're going to charge. So here's the 2 options that this blog site has. So you can see, $70 for 30 days, $50. So just an idea of, all of these kind of things. So the cool thing here is you literally would go through the shopping cart and place it yourself, which I'll show you in just a second. So just all of these kind of things. They rotate with other ads, which means that your ad is not going to be the exclusive one. You understand rotating because we talked about rotator links. Well, that's what they're doing with their advertising. So it's not always going to be shown. And then the cool thing here is that you can actually do geo-targeting. So for me, if I was doing that and I'm trying to launch a company in the Los Angeles area, hey, well, that would be some great questions, to figure out with this cupcake blog if I could advertise and the ads would appear on anybody who goes to this cupcake blog, but only in my target area. So that's pretty cool. So even if you're looking at these really big sites and like, well, is it worth it? I mean, my customers, shouldn't I be looking for the cupcake blog Los Angeles? So this is cool. So you can go on these really, really big websites and then specifically target down which areas you want your ad to be seen. Pretty awesome. The other thing, which I was going to point out, we're talking about, hey, how do you make money blogging? Well, here you go. This person loves cupcakes. How do you make money blogging? Right here. It's the advertising space. Is just one excellent way to make money from blogging is getting your website known, all of the strategies that we've taught on different things and all of that, getting it ranked up there on the SEO, knowing your keywords and stuff like that, getting visitors. And once you are starting to get some momentum, that's where the money kicks in, either in affiliate offers or paid advertising is another great sense on how you can start to monetize your blogs and websites. Okay, so in this, so let's say I'm going to go ahead and I'm interested in actually purchasing an ad to appear on the cupcake blog. So, wait, before I do that, you actually need to go and vet it out. So the cool thing is that they have a link, obviously, to the website itself. So this is what it looks like. So you definitely want to check it out and make sure if you like the websites, all that good stuff. And look, right there is the different advertisers that would be going, and placing it. So your ad would be appearing in this type of section. So look, princess parties to go. Oh, look at that. So already I can say, hey, if somebody is paying to do princess parties and I am looking to advertise my agency, maybe this would be a good thing, because obviously if there's advertisers on here, and this is where we were talking about, hey, notice which ads are currently appearing. So if I'm seeing all the time that this My Princess Party is usually having an ad, well, that's a great sign that she's getting conversions. And most of the time with these guys, hey, what are they going to do? They're going to have an ad, right? It's going to go directly to their website. Well, you guys are ninjas and we're learning about internet marketing. So you need to create something slightly different, and you're going to send them to a what? Landing page, or that capture mechanism that we talked about on the previous sessions. So that way, if somebody goes and actually, clicks on that ad, they go to your website, great, they disappear, you've already got their information. So this is why you also need all of this capture mechanism back there, so you don't wait. It's not so much wasting money, but you really know what you're doing. You're going to have tracking links on here, so you know exactly how many people are clicking on this banner ad. Not to say that these advertisers don't do that, but make sure, the tendency, if you're getting in this and you discover, oh, well, here's how I can place an ad, you're just going to place an ad and have it go directly to your website. No, you guys, you're going to be ninjas. So, make sure you've gone through the back section and really know what you're doing so that way you can connect with the different people. Okay, so awesome. So check out their site, and then I just zoomed really out so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So very simple, easy site. It's just blog sites, different types of cool cupcakes. And if you notice, so those are the little ads. I'm assuming those are the $50 a month ones that we saw on there. We have a few of them. This actually, oh, that's interesting. This actually said like advertise with us or something. I'm not sure why it didn't appear in the screenshot. Cool, YouTube link, and look, Walt Disney World is advertising on there as well. So just an idea. So like I said, yesterday, the day before anyways, about looking and really start attuning and getting familiar with banner ads. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Start seeing them everywhere. Like when you're test driving a car, or suddenly, hey, I'm going to think about red cars, and you start to see red cars everywhere. That's what I want your brain to do. So go on websites and start noticing the different banner ads, because, all of these things, yes, it just kind of filters in on what good ads look like. And that will help you determine what ads you want to create as well. Okay, so anyway, so let's go through. We vetted it. Awesome, we're great. We decide that we want to actually go and place an ad on the Cupcake blog. So we're going to go through, and just from that previous one, just click buy. So I, in this scenario, was like, okay, well, I'll do the idea of the 25,000 impressions, 30 days, cost me $70. Super easy. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on this button that says upload creative. And looky here, this is all you have to do. So it's telling you right here what the size of your ad needs to be. So remember when I was talking about making sure that you have different sizes of your ads, especially if you're doing it yourself, you need to make sure that you have all these different sizes, or hire vendors, things like that to go ahead and do it. But this is the dimension that they want. They will accept animation, but remember what we cautioned you with is you can have some animation, but don't go super crazy and wild on it. And then, this is the, the formats that they require. So all that you need is just your link. This has to be your Rotator link. Cannot emphasize it enough. Rotator link, Rotator link, Rotator link. Do not just put a direct link. So that's why you've set up your awesome capture mechanism. So your link's going to go right here. This is just a text that you can do, like it says, if people hover over the ad, it'll just tell them a little bit of information. And then this is where you actually upload your dimension, your actual banner ad. So super easy. Link, ad, bam, you are done. That's it. Usually the ads appear within about 48 hours. It just kind of depends on the actual service, but it's done very quickly. Remember, fast, easy, scalable when it comes to banner ads. Okay, so just to give you different ideas when you're looking at these things, so that was a walkthrough, $70 a month. That's pretty, average type of budget if you're looking. So there's other ways that you can look at it. These ones are actually charging for impressions. This is a very high traffic website. Over 1 million unique visit or verified visitors that repeat visits. I mean, this is a very, very authority type website that's advertising on here. So this is obviously why it costs a whole lot more. So that obviously, so there's different types that you want. If you want to be on, pages, whichever pages that you decide to advertise on, it's giving you an idea of how many that you think. And then here's the thing is these ones are actually ranked per thousands of impressions. So, I honestly am not sure how they calculate all of that stuff, but that's all of their metrics. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to buy the number of impressions that you want, and it's $5 per thousand. And then also this one, hey, if you want to show up on their mobile site, they have separate advertising for that. So just a lot of options on these bigger authority type websites. So you can see this one's getting like 10 million idea of impressions a month. Okay, so in this thing, so I'm going to go through and pretend that I'm going to be spending that much money. So one, I think their basic one is about $550 to advertise on this. However, let's say I didn't even go up all the way, but so that was for a little over 100,000 impressions was $550. You want 2 million impressions on this website? You're looking at $10,000 for 30 days. So scale it up. If you have $10,000 to go spend on advertising, awesome. But don't just dump it in the first time. If you're liking this website, always start small. Start at the $550 level for this ads, because it's the same ad. It's just obviously the length of time it's going to be shown for the impressions. So go ahead, test it, split test, know which which banners are running the best. Then you need to know which landing pages are converting the best. Once you have a super successful campaign nailed, that's when you're going to scale it up and start building and building and building as you go along. Okay. And then just looking at all these different other options. So most of the things that you'd be looking here is display ads. That's the banner ads. You can also go ahead if you want somebody to just tweet about you. It's like, okay, well, $15 and this, she'll tweet about you and she has 66,000 followers. Here's one, $29, they have 39,000 followers. So just things like that. Hey guys, there is ways to make money online. Look at that. All they're doing is sending out a tweet and they get paid for it. Pretty cool. And then they also have a section for emails. When we've done a section on solo ads, that's that idea that they're sending out a specific email to their subscribers about you and your services. So in this case, okay, well, this is one that has 26,000 subscribers. That's 26,000 email addresses that you can go through and advertise to. That's 5,000, 500. So there's just lots of different ways to go ahead and hopefully, like I said, doing this research, this is awesome for you to advertise, but also think about it. This is why you want to build your brand to get to the level that you can put your website on this type of things, offer some advertising, and start to make some really great money off of your website or your blog. Okay. And then, just to kind of break in. So this idea of solo ads, just so you kind of see the idea. Okay, well, you can go, you can get featured in this person's newsletter, $125. You can, and then this is where you can go ahead and this is a flat rate to, put a banner ad, or you can even $50 per tweet. Wow. Anywho's, but those are all different things that you guys can look at. Okay, so I'll leave you with this. You need to know your metrics. This is why all of those tracking, clicking, rotating, all of that stuff that you're like, oh, and the instinct there is to just say, you know what, I know I need to do it, but let me just get going. Let me take some action. And you're not going to worry about tracking it because you're just so proud that you actually placed your ads and got your stuff up. If you're not doing all the tracking and really know your numbers, can you answer the question of what's your cost per lead? No. And that goes into how much can you afford to pay. So when you're looking, hey, if you know those numbers, go ahead and spend that $10,000 because you know that $10,000, it's come down to such a great science that, that $10,000 is going to end up making you, $50,000, $100,000. But you can only know that if you have your metrics under control. So go ahead, make sure that you know what's going on. And from there, that's where you go ahead and scale and see awesome success in advertising in your business.